Alrighty guys, happy Halloween! We're back for some zombies, and this is a Wilds of Eldraine standard brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link as well as that Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Okay, what do we got packed into the build here? A whole bunch of cards we just don't get to see too often, like Champion of the Perished, a 1-mana 1/1, and whenever another zombie enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Champion of the Perished. A really solid creature, guys, it really is. We have a couple cut downs in here, solid removal, of course. We got Rotten Reunion as a 1-of. This is a 1-mana instant speed, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed, and then it has flashback for 1 and a black. Honestly, not half bad at all, dude. If you're not exiling anything from the grave, that's fine and dandy because it says up to 1, so you could just be generating some tokens with this too. Which the tokens are really going to come in handy, which we'll go over why in just a second. Razorlash Transmogrant as a 2-of. It's a 2-mana 3/1. It can't block, unfortunately, but it is an artifact creature zombie. And then for 4 and double black, you can return Transmogrant from your graveyard to the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. This ability costs 4 less to activate if an opponent controls 4 or more non-basic lands, which could actually be pretty easy against certain matches like control decks and whatnot, right? So cool. Got a couple go for the throats, of course, and to round out the removal here at the front of the build, we have a single Sheoldred's Edict as well. Being able to pick up Planeswalkers could really come in handy. But we do have more ways to pick up Planeswalkers. Wandering Emperor is everywhere right now. I know I keep bringing that up in every video, but man, am I running into a lot of Wandering Emperor. So a couple Graf Reavers here. This is a 2-mana 3/3 rockin' exploit. So when this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. You can always exploit itself away as well. So when Graf Reaver exploits a creature, destroy target Planeswalker. Nice, beautiful. So if it doesn't exploit itself and it's actually on the board, of course, at the beginning of your upkeep, Graf Reaver deals 1 damage to you. So that is the downside of it being a 2-mana 3/3. But I actually think it's just going to be terrific in here. We'll see how often that extra damage that is pinging to our face actually matters. Because, of course, we are trying to be aggressive in here. So, yeah, hopefully it doesn't come into play too often. But it will eventually, right? So we have a couple Jadars here generating some decayed zombie tokens every single turn. Beautiful. We can sacrifice those tokens, have them generate more, or of course just swing in and then the decay takes care of that. We have all 4 Bladestitched Skaabs here. This is a 2-mana with the Mire colors up there. It's a 2/3 zombie soldier. I never noticed that this was a soldier, guys. I think that's the first time I'm reading that full thing there. Zombie soldier deck incoming? Nah, that seems pretty impossible, but that would be really cool, right? Anyways, other zombies you control get +1/+0. Nice. Yeah, all 4 of those is going to be terrific in here. Rocket all 4 Headless Riders. This is a 3-mana 3/1 zombie. Whenever Headless Rider or another non-token zombie you controls dies, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Nice. And those zombie creature tokens don't have Decayed, so that's actually pretty good, right? We have all 4 Fell Stingers in here. This is a 3-mana 3/2 Death Touch exploit, and when it exploits a creature, target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. Yeah, you could totally target your opponent if you're just trying to get the last couple points of damage through, or targeting your opponent while something like Sheoldred's on the board is really good as well. We have a 1-of Sheoldred here on the top end. Just kind of sort of feels like we have to play it in here because it's so darn powerful, but also as a 1-of, it's going to be pretty solid because we have 3 Beseech the Mirrors as well. So 4-mana sorcery, rockin' bargain, so you may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as you cast a spell. Lots of token generation, but let's not forget Transmogrant is also an artifact, so that could come in handy. So you search your library for a card, exile it face down, then shuffle. If the spell was bargained, you may cast the exile card without paying its mana cost if the spell's mana value is 4 or less, so everything in the deck. And then put the exiled card into your hand if it wasn't cast this way. So if you don't bargain it, it just goes into your hand. We just have a lot of just terrific things to grab with Beseech the Mirror, like that 1-of Sheoldred, but we also have a 1-of a Geralf, a Visionary Stitcher here. Maybe we could wrap up a game with some flying zombies, huh? So 3-mana, 1/4. Zombies you control have flying. Beautiful. For 1 blue, you can tap this, sacrifice another non-token creature, create an XX blue zombie creature token where X is the sacrificed creature's toughness. Yeah, pretty solid creature all around. We have a couple Necrodualities here on the top end. Another great card to go ahead and pick up with that Beseech the Mirror. So this is a 4-mana enchantment. Whenever a non-token zombie enters the battlefield under your control, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Guys, I gotta be real with you, I don't think I've ever been able to actually play with Necroduality before. I think this might be the first build where I'm rocking it, so this will be fun, right? We also have a one of a new zombie from the Wilds of Eldraine set. This is a 4-mana 3/3 zombie knight, and when it dies, you put it at the bottom of its owner's library. So that's all really, really janky, but it does have an adventure side here. A Deathly Ride is a 2-mana sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So overall, seems like a pretty janky card, but I'm really interested to see as like a one of, like, first of all, like the overall utility of adventure cards in general, right? Just having 2 cards tacked onto one seems relatively decent, and the one of might actually be worth it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Also, I just really like that artwork. Okay. Mana base, guys, rocking all the dual land. We got an Abandoned Mire, Soaring City, heavily leaning towards the swamp because that is what the deck is heavily leaning towards. Got some honorable mentions. Thought about Tainted Adversary, of course. Very powerful zombie. Kind of seems silly not to have in here, honestly. Thought about Falcon Abomination, actually. And this is only a common, too, so this would be a great one to trade into the deck if you're missing some of the rares or something, you know? Then I also thought of Invasion of Innistrad as well for the top end, but not this time round. Okay, guys, I think that's everything. Let's go ahead and take our Halloween build into some ranked and see how we do. All right, right into that first game. Let's go. What am I expecting from the build? I don't know, actually. I really don't. I'm not expecting jank, though. I think it's going to be relatively solid. Every time we've played zombies in the past, it's been pretty good, actually, so. Opponent goes first. All right, I think we'll give this a shot. We should have 23 total mana in here, so. All right, Underground River. Oh, wait. I still played the wrong one out. Yeah, no, we wanted the shores out. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I like double checked the land to say, oh, which one am I actually playing for the turn? And I still ended up playing the wrong one. I'm gonna keep the Rotten Reunion in hand for now. Necroduality, okay. Well, attempt Graf Reaver #1 here. Got some land off the top in the next 2 turns will be pretty important. If we don't see it next turn, totally fine. We have Graf Reaver #2. But then the turn after, we're probably gonna want land. Siphon Insight, huh? Okay. I wonder what they find with that. Probably some zombies. First of all, decline. Getting a 3/3 on the board, man. It's pretty good. I like it. Hopefully they didn't take land from us, though. I wonder. No, if they took land, they probably would have played it that turn. Although one of them could have been land. Fell Stinger, okay. Yeah, hopefully. Start with a swing here. Yeah, hopefully we find some land next turn. So far, 23 land looks a little greedy, but we have so many 2-drops that I think it just happens to be how we're drawing for this first game. Siphon Insight again, okay. Okay. I feel like we're missing out on land because of this Siphon Insight, guys. Decline. Couple Graf Reavers on this board, dude. These can seriously start plugging damage through. They have 2 of our cards. I wonder what it could be. At the Peril. That's both of the Reavers in the grave. Oh, no. Oh, this is such a good draw, too. Oh, that would have been so much damage, dude. I mean, of course, there would probably be other forms of, like, spot removal and stuff in the opponent's hand, too. But still, that's a really good draw. Land off the top. Land off the top. I'm chanting it so that way it happens. Still don't know what we're up against. I guess it's Dimir control. Siphon Insight might be a way to like steal win cons from the opponent, right? I guess that would be why the Siphon Insight is in there. Getting something ready over there. They go for the Underground River black source, so they must need triple black. Well, what's this one doing then? Okay, Soaring. What did they take damage for from the Underground River? Maybe they tapped the wrong one on accident? I mean, hey, free damage, right? Okay, hopefully this isn't a cut down. Which I guess that if it was a cut down with Underground River, it would have been doing the exact same thing. Because I think we want to get rid of Soaring. So we go like, go for the throat and then swing. I guess that's fine. And if it's cut down for the Skaab, then they still have the Soaring. It could be like, it is going to be a cut down. Okay. Okay, so Soaring, they still have -2, but they're probably just going to go +1. Oh man, guys, yeah, missing this mana is pretty rough. But I'm not ready to consider 24 yet. More testing required for sure. And this might actually... Hey, they took a Necroduality from... Dude, nice opponent. They took one of our champions, too. There's our third land, guys. Beautiful. Okay, well... Yeah, like all those dying zombies and whatnot, that would have been great for Headless Rider. Although they would have just targeted Rider first. Which I guess it is Rider for the turn, right? I guess so. I don't want to go Fellstinger, although the draw would be good. That's really funny, opponent. They go plus on the Soaring again instead of the -2. Let's see what they find. The End. Well, that does take care of the Headless Rider with an exile effect at that, too. Dude, alright. I think this is a GG for the opponent, but I suppose there's a small chance of a comeback here. What would it look like? Land off the top Necroduality, not dying for like the next 3 turns. And then, yeah, just spamming zombies out, I suppose. We need like 3 to 4 turns for setup here. Okay, Champion of the Perished isn't terrible, though. Still have 2 open to play around to make disappear. See if Transmogrant comes down. And Transmogrant can come back from the grave for only 2 mana because they have Underground River, Shores, Mirex. Go for the throw on the champion. Let's not forget Transmogrant can't block, so we are still taking damage here. The End exiles, bro, we're getting picked apart. The last few times I went up against Dimir control, we got completely picked apart just like this, like answers for days. So scary stuff, man. Scary stuff. That's a lot of spot removal. That Path of Peril hit its mark early on too. That was brutal stuff. They go plus on the Soaring again. I think we're playing this out. Champion of the Perished. Okay, well, I mean, it's not a bad draw, but it's not doing too much right now, is it? We have Rotten Reunion available, so maybe we'll be able to block this token. They can easily try to just get this up to -7 too to try to close out the game a little sooner. Looks like that's what they're attempting as well. Look at the exile, guys, because of the End with that ability. Okay, Siphon Insight. Oh, they do know we have the Rotten Reunion. Yeah, they peered into our hand because of the End. Wonder if they found another zombie here. I feel like it would be pretty likely to see another zombie at this point. Or if they didn't, they could go Siphon Insight again for 3. Had we seen more mana early on, I still think this would have been a uphill battle. Hey, our Fell Horseman! They got our one-of, guys. That's awesome, dude. And they get 2 of them, too. Dude, at least the opponent's playing our deck, right? That's pretty fun. Got great swings here. We're probably just gonna take the damage, dude. That's way too much to deal with at this point. We haven't seen too many people playing with the end as removal, and it's pretty solid, isn't it? All right, let's go. No blocks. Take the 7. They still have 2 mana open too, so it could easily just be more removal for the Champion of the Perished as well. Scary, scary business, dude. All right, let's hit that Siphon Insight. They don't have the mana to cast it now too, so that's good news. And then our Champion of the Parish will go up to a 2/2. And then, yeah, at this point, we're just way too late. Although, having this token on the board, if we do see mana off the top, we can go Beseech the Mirror. It does have to be a black source, though. It's gonna be removal for the champion. Oh my goodness, dude. And it's not mana off the top, so it would be like Fell Stinger, right? Yeah. Yeah. And then we draw. It's over regardless, I would say. And they didn't. There's our land. All right, 4 mana on the board. You know what? That's an accomplishment. I'm counting this. This is a victory in our own way. Oh, Decadent Dragon. Yeah, the opponent's just playing our deck. Cool stuff, man. This is sick. Look at our zombies doing a thing for the opponent. That's really cool. So we have Fellstinger's Death Touch is actually really good, isn't it? But yeah, hey, good game, opponent. That was actually fun. I mean, for what we were able to do, it was fun watching the opponent, if that makes any sense. Oh man, Decadent Dragon is one. Am I even saying the right name for that? Yes, Decadent Dragon is one that I have to play with more. I think I've only actually put it in one build so far, which seems like super silly not to try out that card more, you know what I mean? Onwards! Now for Halloween though, the opponent was truly playing a scary build. Truly terrifying, so that at least fits as well. Hey, alright, 3 mana in our opener. Dude, we're keeping that. This is a terrific hand, actually. Opponent goes first, unfortunately, but I'll make sure to play the right land first this time, too. Oh, crap. Okay. Well, we gotta go, dude. Champion might get burnt right away, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just gotta be champion number 2 on turn 2, because we have no confirmed untapped land, so. Down to 16 already. Go for the throw isn't bad. Let's go ahead and get the Champion of the Parish number 2 down. These can get out of hand, so I wonder if we start swinging. Headless Rider not looking great with these Kumanos over here. Actually, any of our cards in hand right now, all of these getting exiled is pretty bad. Alright, yeah, I think we swing, because, you know, Mono Red has so much burn anyways, too. Where if we hold open a blocker, there's a chance that they just go ahead and burn it away. And so our best bet would try to outpace. It is going to be that Play with Fire, so if we didn't swing, we would have missed out on 2, which was definitely the concept there. Going down to 10, guys, because we can't lose our 1 Champion of the Perished. Unfortunately, like, Rider would be a really good blocker if that etching was gone, and even if it is gone, they're getting another etching next turn, too. Oh, no. If we don't play something that can block on the ground, like Transmogrant can't block, I guess it's... You know what? We're gonna have this 1 mana. Unfortunately, this Go for the Throw, if this was a cut down, that would be really, really good, because we'd still have that 1 mana open. With a couple Go for the Throats and a couple cut downs, you know, it really, really depends which one you end up getting in hand. But yeah, if that was a cut down, that would be really good. So with the Skaab on the board, it's a 2/3, so it blocks the Kumano really well. Play with Fire number 2, the Champion of the Perished is gone, but we still block on the ground pretty well here. And the opponent's top decking too. The scary part is the Phoenix Chick will wrap it up in a couple turns regardless, because they're getting 6 through for the turn. Oh, they're going to go for 4. And then wrap it up next turn. Oh, land, but it's tap land. Oh, no, guys, it's really not lining up this time. Oh, no. So if we keep Go for the Throat open, we hit a Phoenix Chick. We have to do it after the swing because they do have enough to bring it back. So they swing, we hit a Phoenix Chick, we block on the ground, take 4, and then there's a good chance that they just burn us away anyways. We get another blocker on the ground, same concept. More, yeah, I guess it's Go for the Throat, right? Uphill battles for the first couple games, guys, but I believe in us. Oh, crap, dude. I guess that puts the nail in the coffin either way, huh? Yeah. Yeah, no matter what now. All right, we'll ping the squeeze so they don't get the extra 1/1, though. And then we block one of the etchings and 6 gets through. It's too bad this wasn't a cut down, huh? Depending on what you're going up against, 3 cut downs could totally be warranted, right? If we see like a lot more mono red today, too. Oh, did I drop the GGs for the opponent? I'm too late. GG, opponent, GG. If we see a lot more mono red today, or even soldiers for that matter, cut down's great against soldiers, too. Then we might want to consider the third one. Outside of that, we still have a good balanced amount of removal in here, so hopefully we could get things to line up a little better here, but it could very well be how I put like the curve of the list together and everything, so we'll see, we'll see. I also might be getting a little unlucky. That is possible as well. A lot of exile effects in standard right now, so a lot of like these death effects or cards that just like being in the grave too. Okay, opponent goes first. Yeah, we should definitely be scared when we read that. But a lot of spot removal this time, and the cut downs in hand too, so if it is more mono red. Alright, yeah, decent hand, dude. Decent. Skrelv, okay. Yeah, we'll probably have to hit that Skrelv with the cut down. Because anything else they'll give protection to with the Skrelv. So it's a good target. Rona. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up that Skrelv. Because I believe that's the plan regardless. Now we could... Ooh. We found the mana. Now we could keep Go for the Throat open. Or just go for the Skaab for the turn. If it's Legends, then their 3-drop, their main 3-drop Rafine has Ward anyways. So I'm just going to play Bladestitched. See what happens. Yeah, if they play a 3rd mana and go into Rafine, then Go for the Throat can't hit it anyways. We'd only be able to hit the Rona. Okay, taxing us with Thalia. It's a pretty bad hand for Thalia to be on the board with those double Go for the Throats, but we could at least pay 3 to pick up Thalia. That's not a bad target at all. Necroduality, okay. We go Skaab. If we go Skaab, we have a good swing, and I think that swing actually gets through. If we go for the Throat, I guess we could keep it open. But no swing then. Yeah, we should probably consider keeping Go for the Throat open. That seems a little silly when we don't necessarily know what we're up against. See, they already ditched the second Thalia. Alright, yeah, let's keep the 3 for Go for the Throat, see what happens. Because I'll tell you what, if they end up like dropping a counterspell on Go for the Throat, like that's not a bad counterspell at all. For us. Found their 3rd. Rafine coming down. Going for that Rona ability. Get the Rona untapped. Yeah, so the ward we can't get around, but we'll have 3 for the Thalia, then we could go 3 for the Rafine next turn if we're really focused on removal here. Okay, so they are targeting the Thalia with that. We probably should have hit it. I guess they would have just swung with Rona. Well, actually, I'm surprised that they didn't go for the full swing. Yeah, we probably should have went Go for the Throat before the swing. That way they didn't get the Rafine's ability. Because they ended up sending Denick then, too? Wow. Okay, another 4-mana card, unfortunately. So we have 3 for Go for the Throat on the Raffine. And now if we play Bladestitched Skaab, we actually don't have the swing through the Raffine either. So it's probably gotta be the Go for the Throat again, but now the question is, do we keep it open? I guess we'll make sure to do it before the swing next turn, right? Man, tough decisions, guys. Tough decisions. Maybe we do want that 24th land in here. Because yeah, if we had 4 mana on the board, then I think it would be a pretty easy turn. Drop the Skaab and keep that Go for the Throat open. Or this early on too, I guess just a 4 mana Sheoldred, but we'd have to be prepared for some removal at that point. Alright, we should hit this before they get any swinging through. Resolve, pay the ward 1. 4 mana open. Is it going to be Dennick back from the grave? They go Soaring City. Bounce the Raffine back to their hand. That's not terrible. That's not too bad. So there's one of the reasons why I Go for the Throat on our turn would have been a little better then, because they saved their Raffine. But yeah, I don't think that's that bad, is it? Yeah, actually the 4th mana is going to be super important here. Getting that Necroduality down as soon as possible would be excellent. It's good that we don't have the Necroduality down, because that Soaring City probably would have just bounced it back for an insane tempo play. Like spending 4 mana just to have it bounce back, you know? Headless Rider isn't bad. 2 mana available. I don't want to swing because this is the type of deck that runs like 3 Seat of the Empires too. And I've been saving Fellstinger, but I'm really tempted by that draw. I don't want to get rid of the Skaab, so I guess we would just go Fellstinger itself. I don't want to swing because Seat of the Empire could still come down for 2. We would get a 2/2 in return, but I don't want to lose the Skaab right now. I'd rather lose creatures on like a full swing or something, or wait for them to tap out. Wow. They ditched the Raffine, so they must have Raffine number... So they bounced Raffine back with Soaring, then they ditched the Raffine. Go for the Throat on Rider. We get a 2/2. That's good, guys. We actually got to see Headless Rider do a thing that wasn't getting exiled, so that's excellent. Geralf comes down, use the Rona's ability. Huh. Dennick. We're kind of sort of in this, guys. We really are. I think I am going to use that Fellstinger's ability next turn after a swing. Yeah, we need that 4th mana. We're struggling. So if we go for a swing with the zombie, then we can go Fellstinger, ditch the zombie token. Which, of course, having like that Headless Rider on the board would have been insane because we would have ditched the Fellstinger itself and got another zombie token out of that. So maybe we set up again. They don't know what's in hand. I suppose this could be the Seat of the Empire. You know what? If it is what it is, right? They still have 2 cards in hand. We go for the full swing because they don't know what's in our hand either, so we'll see if they risk that Rona into... Oh! Oh, okay, I was gonna say, okay. Okay. So they do block our 2/3, and they go Seat of the Empire onto the token. Okay. We ended up not losing too much. Seat of the Empire being gone is terrific. Now we just don't get the draw on the Fellstinger, which means we play the Headless Rider for the turn, and we try to set up for that. These Dennicks are eventually going to come back, which should be very scary to us. All this filtering with Rona is also very scary. This comes back as Dennick, Pious Apparition. 3/2 flying. Luckily, it does not have lifelink. Whenever 1 or more creature cards are put into graveyards from anywhere, investigate. Triggers only once each turn. Then it gets exiled instead if it's put into the grave. Okay, Rona, ditch a card. Or draw a card, ditch a card. Land. Yeah, we still have so many cards in hand. Where's our 4th mana, guys? What's happening? Am I wrong? I don't have 23 in here. Maybe I have less. We'll check after this game if I remember. Yeah, Fellstinger should at the very least help us draw that fourth, right? I hope so. Let's see it, because this would have been the perfect game for that Necroduality and like a crazy setup, you know what I mean? Okay, we get a 2/2. We're gonna draw 2. They do get to investigate since we sacrificed a creature. We found the fourth, guys. Oh my goodness, we should just play it. Because even if we see a fifth, there's still plenty of stuff we'd want to do multiple. We've been wanting to do multiple things every turn, you know? So even though at this point, it feels like we're not going to see the fifth, and we're going to have to take a full turn to get that Necroduality down. And I had no plans on swinging, but you know what? Yeah, if we would have swung and lost that Headless Rider, yeah, this isn't worth it. That's not worth the swing. That's not worth a trade. I guess, yeah, we wait for a better setup on this board, especially like a better swing after the second Skaab comes out, or Necroduality and a couple extra Skaabs come out, right? Yeah, I think going wide here would be a little better. Yeah, all the extra filter with Rona helps them find whatever they need to find against our current board state, which is super duper scary. They've seen 8 extra cards so far than us. All right, we have 44 cards remaining in the deck, and they have, 35 now. Another Denick hitting the grave. These Esper Legends builds, dude. Rafine, number 2, finally hitting the table after their discard earlier. Actually, they discarded a couple of them earlier. We can start buffing the Denick. Both of our Go for the Throats are gone. Another cut down won't do it. Sheoldred's Edict won't do it, because they have a nice wide board state. Either way, they had protection from the Skrelv here, too. We do actually find the 5th mana here, which isn't bad. Now, the question is, do we go for the setup? Couple Denicks. They actually don't have what it takes to kill the Sheoldred right now. Well, no, they can draw. They can filter. Oh, scary business, guys. Man, we really needed that mana earlier on. So, yeah, at this point, after all these games of saying the same thing, now we really have to consider going up to 24. All right, guys, Necroduality comes down. No great swings again. We could swing with the 3/2. They have a blocker here. Swinging with the 2/3. They have a blocker here. Nice. Hey, thank you, opponent. Thank you. It took a while, but yeah, no attacks. At least we have blockers on the ground for now. If we go... We have 5 mana, so we go Bladestitched Skaab, and that Necroduality activates twice. Then we go Fellstinger onto, and probably both Fellstingers hitting itself. And then Headless Rider activates a couple times off of that too. Oh man, there's just absolutely insane things that we could have been doing this whole time. I don't know, guys. I don't know. If in the last game we're struggling to see mana again, then yeah, we definitely have to consider going up. Outside of that, I'm sticking to it. More testing required, man. I feel like 23 should be enough. Just because of how many, ooh. That's pretty good too. Honestly, I'm surprised we didn't actually see more mana there though. Okay, that's a lot of mana open. We're down to 9, and anything off of Fellstinger. If Fellstinger hits our... We're gonna die like next turn, aren't we? Or we're so close that if we don't win this turn, then it's over anyways, right? So we'll start with Skaab. And Geralf can give flying to everything, which I guess that does mean the potential for really good blocks here. 2, 3. We go Geralf. Wait a minute. 15 on this board. If we swing for 15 and they take it, then we drop Fellstinger and then target them twice. Guys, I'm risking it. Let's do it. Let's do it. There's like a small chance that this works. If they don't block, they might just take 15. No! Urtai! Oh, their last card was something. Which, of course, I suppose we should have expected because, yeah, all the extra filtering and stuff. Okay, and now they have a terrific block into the Skaab as well, and we have nothing at instant speed to stop this. Hold on, though. We could still survive for the turn. Oh, they don't block the Skaab either. Yeah, if we go Geralf and they don't have removal for it, we have blockers in the air. Yeah, the reason it would be potentially lethal next turn is they full swing and plug all 4 counters onto Rafine, and then they would potentially have 9 damage in the air. Potentially, right? If they discarded some land, then that wouldn't have worked out. And the reason we played Geralf after the fact was if that damage went through, we would have played Fell Stinger, and then both Fell Stingers would have targeted the opponent for lethal damage. It would have been 19 total, I believe. Which is pretty sick, dude. If we can pull this off against Esper Legends, then I'm very satisfied. But I don't know, man. Whoa, did they just spend all their mana? Whenever a source deals damage to Rona, source's controller exiles a card from their hand at random. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield under your control. Otherwise, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. We have pretty good. Okay. If they swing for 3, looks like they're trying to wrap up the game here this turn. So they want to put as much onto the Dennick as possible, and they called black, so nothing can block that. Dennick's only at 5 here. Okay, so we're going to block the Rafine, right? And I suppose we take out the Rona as well, and then just take 5? Because we still... Wait a minute. Down to 1. Are we still good? I guess it depends what they grab. They grab a Sheoldred from us, dude. What on earth? All right. Good game. What a wild time, dude. Oh wow, we actually saw a Rotten Reunion, something we could play. We would take Dennick. That would have been excellent early on, taking some of these Dennicks out, right? Where's the other Dennick? Oh, there it is. The random card that they hit was enough. It was enough to do. Anyways, good game, opponent, good game. They get an investigation from that too. Man, so it was... Wait a minute, hold on. So the one random card, was that my fault? Hold on. We never get to see that flip side of the Rona. Source deals damage, any source. Oh, the trample too, that's why we ended up going down to 1. So otherwise you may cast it without paying its mana cost. So the one card they hit was the card that would win them the game, the Sheoldred. Oh man, maybe... No, we were forced to block that. We were forced to block the Rona because they had 5 in the air going through regardless, and we were only at 9. So we had to prevent a couple points of damage from the trampling Rona. Oh, darn, guys. Darn, that's brutal stuff, huh? 38 minutes in. Definitely have time for one more game. Oh, I forgot to check how much mana. Well, we're so far into the video anyways. We'll just check in the final thoughts, huh? Should be 23, though. And my initial thought was 23 was going to be perfect. I'll tell you what, though. I think the deck is doing fine outside of the fact that we're struggling to see... Outside of the fact that we're struggling to see stuff that we need to see. All right, good hand, right? Good hand. Opponent goes first again here. All right. We start with Shipwreck Marsh. There's no 1-drop. And then we go Darkslick Shores into Skaab. Then we actually have our turn 3 as well. Yeah, putting up one heck of a fight against Esper Legends. Had we saw any extra mana earlier in that game, I feel like we had a great chance there. Oh no, more Esper Legends. Is this our revenge game, since we're actually seeing a lot of early mana and early cards here? Maybe, but they had one heck of a early couple turns here too, huh? So Headless Rider. And we set up for 2 2-drops next turn. No great swing. Maybe we should have swung before playing that, but I'm pretty sure they would have blocked without any hesitation, especially with the ward on the Rafine too. Like, what could that possibly be in a Dimir zombies list? Like, we rarely ever see combat tricks in Dimir. Okay, Rafine's doing its thing. One of the reasons we were able to hold off so long in that first game against Esper Legends was the extra removal we had early on, huh? Go for the throw on the Skaab. Huh. All right, sweet. get a 2/2. Cut down, nice, dude. Probably hit that Skrelv. When do we want to hit the Skrelv? I suppose Rider number 2's fine, and then we go. Well, this can't block, so maybe we start with the swing. Actually, before the swing, we're gonna go Headless Rider because this could be a Seat of the Empire. And then if they Seat of the Empire, the Rider, then we get a couple extra. Yeah, that's fine. Wait a minute. I saw it after the fact, guys, but the Seat of the Empire wouldn't cost. It would cost 2 if we hit Skrelv before combat. So yeah, that's definitely something to consider. All right, yeah, this time around, I am going to do it on our turn. Take that Skrelv out of the equation. That way they can't protect more important creatures when it comes time. Couple Headless Riders on this board. This is terrific, dude. Absolutely terrific. They go for the swing. Skaab comes down. Hits the board pretty hard here with all these extra zombies. Hey, Transmogrant. Nice. We're rocking Transmogrant too. Denick. It's a good blocker. A little bit of life gain too. Yeah, we're seeing the mana now. Now we just got to see our top end a little bit, huh? All right. Skaab. Save Graf Reaver for after combat. We do not have Soaring City available. Okay, we get a couple 2/2s here. Going nice and wide, man. Them picking up that early Skaab was a good decision for sure. Decline. It's a good board state, dude. Come on, let's do this. Sheoldred, we can bounce that. We are going to bounce that, actually, and then full swing. Totally fine, man. Totally fine. GG opponent. Let's go, guys. Oh my goodness. Like, it actually, we did a thing. Like, we actually, like, just drew kind of sort of what we needed to draw. The land there at the end wasn't great, but, like, everything else was perfect. Everything actually came out when it was supposed to come out. The double Headless Riders were fine because they weren't getting exiled that game. Dude, that's exactly what it was supposed to do, man. Let's go ahead, end on a high note. Got our revenge against Esper Legends. And that other Esper Legends game, dude, I feel like we had just a terrific chance that game. Just didn't work out nicely. And then the one card that they exiled was Sheoldred. Outside of that, if they didn't hit our own Sheoldred off of that Rona, then we would have won that next turn. So, yeah, I like it, guys. Of course. I mean, we've enjoyed zombies every single time we've returned to it on the channel. I know you guys really like when we play zombies as well. So, seemed like the perfect pick for some Halloween. I mean, look at how spooky the Headless Rider is, you know what I mean? Fell Horseman, we saw do a thing for our first opponent, which again, props to that opponent. Very cool deck list, just stealing all of our zombies. They had our Necroduality as well. You know what I really wish we would have been able to see today, which was kind of one of the main points of trying out this build with Necroduality and everything, which was Beseech the Mirror. Just being able to grab whatever the heck we want out of the deck, including that duality, just seemed like it would be really good, but we didn't get to see it do a thing today, unfortunately. But I wouldn't drop any of them because, again, that's kind of what the deck was supposed to be doing. So, for example, if we had Beseech the Mirror, let's say against that last deck, for example, and we didn't have a Skaab on the board buffing that wide board, zombie board state, and we're thinking like, well, a full swing would work if we could just buff everything. That's where like that Beseech the Mirror comes into play, right? You ditch one of the tokens, grab a Skaab, Yeah, that seems like it would be pretty good. And we didn't have any issues today getting tokens on the board, right? I don't think so. I mean, Transmogrant's an artifact too, tokens off of the Reunion, tokens off the Jadar, tokens off the Rider. Is it enough? Now I'm questioning, because in those games, did we have enough on the board state to always sacrifice to Beseech the Mirror if we had to? But don't get me wrong, you don't have to bargain. You could also just play Beseech the Mirror and then put the card in hand too. So worst comes to worst, you're still getting a decent effect out of it. Okay, the mana, yeah, that's 24. There is 24 land in here, guys. Hold on just a minute, bro. 24 did not feel like 24 at all. Okay, that confirms it, man. I feel like we were getting a little unlucky on not seeing the mana when we needed to see it after all those turns, dude. Yeah, 23, like, yeah, I'm sitting there in all the games like, yeah, I think there's 23 in here. We got to consider 24. There's 24. I guess at that point, do we want to consider 25? No, I don't think so. I think that just confirms that we were getting a little unlucky, and that's just how Magic the Gathering is sometimes, man, with mana bases. So do we want 25? No, yeah, right? I don't think so. What would we drop for the 25th mana? And then like that last game kind of proved that point too, where we were seeing too much land then. And then even on that last turn, we drew more mana. And one of them was a Soaring City too, so luckily we had that utility as well. Either way, I think a full swing, I didn't math it out, but I think even if they had the Sheoldred, a full swing would have, well, it would have gotten them close at the very least. I don't know. When I go back and watch that match, I'll have to see. But yeah, no, Soaring City did a lot that game. Well, it did a lot for us not having to math anything out, right? By bouncing that Sheoldred. Anything else with the list, guys, other than us feeling like we got a little unlucky? Maybe there's too many 3-drops. The curve looks sweet, dude. 7, 13, 9, and 7. I feel like that's a really good curve with 24 land, too. Average is 2.4, though, which I guess is a little on the higher side. No, not really, is it? That's still a decent average. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, sometimes it happens. Either way, I hope you guys still had as much fun as I had. Playing like a super duper off meta build like this is always just a blast, regardless of what's going on. Yeah, if we seen things a little bit differently, I think we would have had a good chance in like all of them, right? If we saw the mana when we needed to in the first couple too. Yeah, it's not bad. I think we'll still label it jank whenever I put it up on Aether Hub though, but still. Anyways, guys, happy Halloween again. If you made it this far into the video, for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.